why you don't get paid brand deals or brand deals in general, even if you have a high following. So there are 5 things brands look for in content creators, and this is why they decide why they want to work with someone else and maybe not you. And I have clients who have like 90,000, 100,000 followers, and they have a hard time getting brand deals. And there are 5 and even more things you can work on to change that. Number 1, obviously, is to check your engagement rate. So if you've never done that, I can send you the link. It's like a super easy, free software that tells you your engagement rate, how many fake followers you have, all that stuff. Brands nowadays, they do background checks. They don't care how many followers you have. They want to make sure your insights are high and your engagement rate is high and your fake followers are very low. Number 2, obviously, to check your media kit. So you have to decide, do you want to focus on UGC content? So you have maybe UGC media kit, or do you want to focus on, just paid brand deals, posting content? Make sure your media kit is up to date. We, for example, do like a whole little media kit website for each of our clients. And then obviously to check previous influencer partnerships. So if you have any, add them to your media kit and tag brands, tag products, even if you maybe don't have a collaboration yet. If you start tagging brands that you want to work with, you end up in their For You page and they start recognizing you and maybe they want to work with you. That is something a lot of our creators do, and they had great success with that in the past. Obviously, follow demographics. If you have some videos that go viral and you end up overnight getting 30, 40,000 followers, like one of my clients, make sure you keep an eye on your demographics, because a lot of times it's great to go viral, but it doesn't mean you get paid brand deals out of that. A lot of times you get a lot of weird accounts, fake followers, or you reached the wrong audience, worst case, if it's a reel that went viral that you didn't even intend to go viral. So always be aware what you post and be aware and ask yourself, if this video would go viral, would I be okay with that? And would this reach my target audience? Because again, if you're like a fashion girly who shares makeup and skincare content, and then a random lip sync video goes viral and you end up having like 50% man following you that would never click on your Amazon storefront, you're doing something wrong. And the next thing is obviously consistent branding. Pick 2 or 3 niches, and I'm not a fan of picking one, because you can put a person in one box. Like there are different categories about a person. But pick you want to talk about maybe healthy lifestyle, workouts, and cooking recipes, do that. You want to focus on makeup and skincare and, get ready with me, day in my lives as a college student, do that, but then stick to it. Also, nowadays, 2024 is all about being authentic and being active. The 2 big A's. So it doesn't matter if your content is super high quality and all that stuff. If your community is not active, they're not sending you DMs, they're not commenting, and you're not commenting back, they're not clicking on your story links and your Amazon storefront or the links that brands want you to share, they're not going to work with you again. There's not going to be a long-term partnership, which should be always the goal for you. So brands ask for, what are your clicks on stories? What are your clicks on your Amazon storefront, on your like to know, on your Revolve, whatever. They want to know how active your community is, and they also want authentic content. 2024, so many people do UGC content, do all this like stock minimalistic content. If you have something that makes you authentic and more unique, talk about it. Don't be afraid. And then once you have brand partnerships, and that's like the number 5 thing about what brands look for in influencers, is professionalism and reliability. Please make sure to submit the content before the deadline. Be nice, don't burn bridges, and just try to be as professional as possible. I can recommend, if you have a lot of work going on behind the scenes with getting brand deals and all that stuff, hire an agency. There are great agencies like Social Views Agency out there who help content creators to look professional online. They have a team behind them. We look through contracts. We pitch you your stuff to other brands. We update your media kit so it's up to date. We give you social media and branding tips. We make sure you submit deadlines. The timelines make sense. So it's a lot of work being a content creator, and make sure, especially if it's the first brand deal that you get from a brand, go the extra mile. Go a little bit above and beyond, maybe do a little more, because then the chances are so much higher that they want to work with you again. and be reliable. Like, don't just not communicate with them. Like, don't text back after like a week or two, and just be on top of things. Like, use a little notebook, write it down, ask questions if you're not sure. But if you start taking care of these things, trust me, brands will collaborate with you, they will pay you better, and you can become the best content creator in 2024.